Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Got something I guess could be seen as kind of funny on Steam, a Cyberpunk 2077 ripoff. A game called Cyberprank 2069 has shown up on Steam, and actually a little while ago, right before I started recording this video, I believe it was called Cyberpunk 2069, and they were using the Cyberpunk logo. Since it gained a little bit of traction, I think the guys realized, okay, we probably can't do that. So you can see they changed the logo, and you can tell right away it's a very quickly put together logo, and they changed the name to Cyberprank from Cyberpunk. Nonetheless, I do want to talk about this a little bit. I don't know how stuff like this ends up on Steam. Is Steam's like quality control that shot? I remember a game that was like clearly a Fairy Tail ripoff, like using Fairy Tail assets, actually made it onto the store and was being sold. It was so crazy. I just don't know how this happens. It's more of a funny thing than anything, but I thought some of you guys would get a kick out of it. Also, Halo Insider MCC Flight 1 has kicked off. It kicked off yesterday, so I want to bring that to your guys' attention. Unfortunately, I didn't get an invite, but maybe some of you guys did. Check your email, see what's going on, and maybe you can get in on Halo Reach. And Take-Two is responsible for bringing out a lot of big titles such as Grand Theft Auto 5, Red Dead Redemption 2, and those are generally pretty big games that take a long time to develop. However, that might be changing a little bit, and I really want to give my input on that. We'll talk that at the end of this video. But first up, let's talk Cyberprank 2069 real quick, because I think some of you guys will get a little bit of a kick out of it. And I just want to read the description because it's so crazy. It notes, this game will be breathtaking. Of course, piggybacking off the meme that came out of E3 with Keanu Reeves. This is a new generation RPG game, true simulation of life in the world of the future. In 2069, people will be enslaved by a race of intelligent computers. Now it is a cyber ghetto. The main character is a cop from the past. His task is to become the most wealthy resident of the city of the future. The game's features touts an open world, sweet graphics, spacious city, and cyberpunk style. The player with each mission completed will gain experience, while his level of cyber reputation will increase with each new level. The player will open new options for customization, which emphasize the high status of the protagonist. In addition to experience for each completed task, you will receive money, cyberbucks. Accumulating capital, you will approach the cherished goal of this game to become the richest resident in this future city. The game has no connection with Cyberpunk 2077, so they very cleverly put that at the end. And they even got some minimum system requirements. How about that? An Intel Core i5, 8GB of RAM, and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 960. Now, is this game going to see the light of day? I highly question the legality of something like this, and it does no planned release date of July 2019. You can add it to your wish list already. I thought you guys would find some humor out of it. I guess they're not doing anything completely wrong, although originally calling the game Cyberpunk 2069 and literally using the same logo, that probably would have been a little bit of an issue, but nonetheless, this isn't about me hating on it. This is me just finding humor out of this, and I figured a lot of you guys would as well. I'll leave a link to it in the description box down below. Let's see if it stays up on Steam, but nonetheless, a pretty interesting turn of events with that. But there you have it. Okay, moving on from that, Halo Insider MCC's Flight 1 has kicked off. It took a little while, however, it has finally started, and Flight 1 is the first MCC PC flight in its updated version of the build that they brought to E3 earlier in the month, and that includes the Halo Reach campaign mission, Tip of the Spear, and that's it. Keep in mind that this is still a work in progress content and is missing numerous features and is sure to have some rough edges. We have several known issues for this flight in particular, including some intermittent audio issues and one or two instances where the build may even crash. So it seems like this is very early on in development, which is a big bummer because that probably means it's going to take a while for this to actually be done and come out. I was hoping that we would get Halo Reach by the end of the summer, but at this point I'm getting even a little bit skeptical as far as that goes. I understand that they do want to deliver a quality product, and that is of utmost importance, especially after we've seen train wreck releases like Gears of War Ultimate Edition and other MS first-party releases on PC. I understand why they're taking their time, and especially with Halo coming back to PC, you'll want to make a quality reintroduction to the franchise. However, it's been a little while. Really want to get my hands on the complete version of Halo Reach on PC, but we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. They did note for the goals of the Flight 1, the primary goal of this first flight is to help the team validate the process and pipelines to get builds out to insiders on Steam at a larger scale. A secondary goal will be to get player feedback on the current state of mouse and keyboard controls and how the game feels on PC. Lastly, this flight will include a broader range of PC hardware than what we've had access to thus far, so we're eager to see if any specific new issues arise related to things like drivers and different configurations. They also noted that the flight testing isn't under NDA. There's already already a lot of gameplay uploaded, and I believe it's being streamed as well. And they also noted the flight is going to last this weekend only, June 28th until July 1st. And the flight actually included less than 1,000 people. Final actual numbers will be a bit variable. Participants were chosen from eligible Halo insiders, primarily based on PC hardware configurations to ensure that we have a good variety. Everyone who is selected to participate in the flight will receive 2 emails to the address they've registered with the Halo Insider program. The first email titled Halo Insider MCC Flight 1 Invitation, which will include some initial details and information, followed by a second email, Halo Insider MCC Flight 1 Steam Key. That'll include a unique key and instructions for installing the build. If you don't get the email, then we regret to say you weren't selected for the first flight, but there will be more flights with more people added. Okay, so I imagine a lot of you guys didn't get into the flight test. If you did, let me know in the comments section down below, because this was super limited. Again, only 1,000 people, less than 1,000 that they've actually specified, have been granted access into this flight test. It's only a campaign mission, and it's still very rough around the edges. So if you didn't get in, all you're not playing is a very choppy version of the final product of Halo Reach on PC. I know we're eager to play more Halo on PC. It's been a very long time. However, are we that eager to play a shoddy version and only one campaign mission? I loved Halo Reach's campaign, but I would rather get the finished product and play through it in a quality form than piecemeal it together through a bunch of different flight tests. Still, I'm happy that they're going the extra mile to make sure that Halo comes to PC in a quality form, because the last thing you would want is Halo to make its triumphant return to PC and it just being a broken mess. We saw what happened with Halo MCC on Xbox One. It was a complete disaster from the online play, and not only are you going to have to worry about the online play while releasing MCC on PC, but of course, as is the nature with PC gaming, you also have to make sure that the game is incredibly optimized and it's running very well on all kinds of different hardware. So I understand why 343 is really buckling down and they're trying to get everything ironed out ahead of its release. It's just a little bit of a bummer that it is taking quite a while for Halo MCC to get off the ground and for it to be released. When it was announced a few months ago, I was so excited and I was hoping that we were going to get it relatively soon, but I understand from 343, from Microsoft's standpoint, that, hey, this is looking to be our first major PC release on Steam. It is the return of Halo on PC. There's a lot of pressure on them with the release of this one, and I can understand why they want to take their extra time and make sure that it's as quality of a product as it can be. And again, if it gets off the ground running from the get-go, it's just going to build that momentum into the following releases. Hopefully the following releases would be easier to do, because now you do have all of this information. You do know how to port Halo Reach to PC. I would imagine the subsequent games would naturally be a lot easier. So with all of those elements combined, hopefully it just moves along a lot faster after the release of Reach. But check your email, you might be able to check out Flight Test 1. And that's gonna conclude this video. Again, I wanted to talk Cyberpunk 2069 because I found it pretty funny. I know I find more amusement out of stuff like this than most of you guys. When I found that fairy tale game, some of you guys just saw it as, okay, this is just a meme on Steam. Hopefully it gets pulled soon. But it's just surprising to me that stuff like this gets through on Steam. And again, originally, game was literally called Cyberpunk 2069. It was using the Cyberpunk logo, and I just bugged out. I was like, I can't believe this is actually happening. Steam's quality control is absolutely shot. I know the Steam summer sale is going on right now, but come on. I don't really understand how stuff like this is happening, but from a personal standpoint, I find stuff like this absolutely hilarious, and I would rather that the game stay on Steam if they're actually working on something like this. Hell, release the game, see how it does, especially if it's a free release and just a meme release like that. I think stuff like this is absolutely hilarious, but nonetheless, there you have it with that. And Halo Insider MCC Flight 1, check your email, you might have access to it. Unfortunately, only less than 1,000 people got access to it, so chances are you guys probably didn't, but hopefully the flight tests continue at a more regular pace, and hopefully Reach continues to make a lot more progress after this. That's gonna conclude this video. If you guys have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.